Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this. And that's right. I'm going to give you my thoughts on E3. But before I get into the press conferences, I'll just do what was announced at the press conference and go on a bit of a pre-ramble. No, not pre-ramble. This is my pre-ramble. Few things. The next gaming journalist, after a fucking show or a debut trailer, was like, yeah, I already know that was coming out, but wasn't allowed to tell you guys. I'm going to track down, I'm going to shoot. I can't be doing with that. It's annoyed me for ages. And another thing, this E3 time frame was fucked. Because normally here, it kicks off at 2:30 in the morning, Microsoft, and then a couple of hours later is EA, and then a couple of hours later is Ubisoft, and then a couple of hours later is Bethesda. No, hang on. Bethesda was always the day before. Then a couple of hours after was Sony. You can get it all done. You get your friends over, have too much beer, too many energy drinks, smash it out. This time is fucked. My eyes hurt. I'm tired. So I'm probably going to be in a bad mood to bitch about how crap some of this shit was. But we'll get into that now. I'm actually using the Kotaku website. The Kotaku website, because they've done a good rundown. I'm going to have to delete my search history. I should have used an incognito tab. That's annoying. But at least they're one of the few video game websites that don't, you're using an ad blocker so you can fuck off. Suck my dick. Anyway, have you, honestly, now I use my iPad a lot. I use my iPad a lot more. Video game websites are unusable. Like, I'll go to IGN and see what the newest review is, and then you go to tap it or click on it or whatever, and then it's like, full page ad for fucking everything. Anyway, who cares? This is obviously not in order, so take that as what you will. The Microsoft thing in general I thought was actually pretty good. It's one of those things where it was just games. Hardly any gameplay, which annoys a lot of people, and I can understand why it annoys me, but I've come to not trust the video game industry at all when it comes to gameplay videos, because it'll say XYZ game, gameplay video, and then at the bottom, this is not actual gameplay, this is pre-alpha. Again, I'm still asking, what the hell does pre-alpha mean? So, look, you take it with a grain of salt. So we'll get into it. So Project Scarlet, I couldn't give a shit. They did that video at the end of like, it's got X amount of teraflops and all the... don't know what you're talking about, mate. Just release the thing, I'll probably end up buying it, whatever. Halo Infinite will launch alongside it, don't care. If anything, this whole Microsoft thing was just like a 2-hour, hour and a half sales pitch for Game Pass. And if you weren't sold on Game Pass now, I think you should be by the end of this, because fucking everything they're going to release, from their first party anyway, is on Game Pass, like $10 a month, or $15 a month if you want to get the gold. I will probably do that when my gold runs out, because I'm an idiot who bought a prepaid card, because I'm old school. So yeah, I don't really care when we have more information about what it actually is. They said something about streaming, which I'm going to get into in one moment, but it's like, it means nothing to me. But they said it's going to launch holiday 2020. Cool. Cyberpunk 2077. It's one of those things that you know is going to be really fucking good, but goddamn, show me something different, show me something new. I mean, Aaron made a good point, like, how do you preview an open world game? And I'm like, okay, fair enough. And then it was like Keanu Reeves. I'm like, God, that looks like him. Then he spoke, and then he came out on the stage. And it's refreshing to see like a celebrity there, or an actor or an actress or whatever, who's actually passionate to be there and not just getting some kind of check, which is like what E3 normally is. So yeah, really interesting. And I just watched all the John Wick films probably in the past couple of weeks, so I'm actually in that Keanu, like, fuck yeah. So yeah, that was really cool. But like I said, it's good that he actually wants to be there. Like Terry Crews, I feel so bad for the guy because he got put in Crackdown, which was an enormous piece of shit, and you could choose not to play as Terry Crews, why would you want to do that? Why? Give me Terry Crews always. So yeah, it looks really good. It's coming out next year. I think it's going to get delayed because I'm a pessimist. But yeah, that looks really solid, really good, and now Keanu's in it. So Double Fine got bought out by Xbox, which, if you don't know, is Tim Schafer's thing. That's good, because it's about time someone gave Tim Schafer a blank check, because no one has bought one of his games ever, and a lot of them were actually pretty bad. It's kind of like, what have you done for me lately? I can't get over Brutal Legend. Fucking... Ugh. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Xbox One is getting console streaming, aka remote play. Look, I've probably, if I could ever be bothered, I might make a video on console streaming, but I don't get it. All they can talk about is the stability of it and how well it runs. You know, the best way to guarantee stability and how well it runs is to have a hard copy. Or would you say something that's downloaded to the hard drive is a hard copy? Probably that would be a soft copy. Oh God, I don't know what I'm talking about. But you know what I mean. Something that I have either physically or that's installed to something. That's the best way. So let's just continue to do that. Because hardly anyone would want to do this. I don't know about you, but I play games all the time. But there are some times I drive, so I don't really get the train or the bus or whatever. But if I'm there, I don't want to go, you know what I'm going to do? Murder my fucking phone battery, so if I get raped and murdered, I can't call anyone. By playing Assassin's Creed on the thing, where all they can talk about is, it's 4K and it's all this and we've worked so hard on the resolution and it looks so good. Games have never been better. But have you tried playing that game on a screen this big while murdering your data cap, murdering your download speed? I just don't understand who it's for. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, we can do it, so we might as well do it. But I don't get it, especially if you have to buy the game. So if you buy the game on Stadia or whatever. I mean, they've got that thing where it's like the Netflix model where you can pick what game you want to play, but you can also buy games on Stadia. Why the fuck would you ever do that? Why? Oh, look, I'm playing it in Chrome. Cool. I don't get it. And I've got... Well, Australia has like the fucking worst internet on the planet. And I think people overestimate the States' internet. There's studies been done on this, and there's other gaming people who have mentioned it. But if you're like outside of those bubbles, it's fucked, the internet in America. So unless you're like in Korea or Japan, what's the point? And Japanese people are too busy looking at trains to care about this stuff and playing fucking Dragon Quest. So, yeah, not a fan. Gears of War. Gears of War looks good. The thing with the Microsoft first-party games is now that you can't help but not play them. So it's like, I've never been that big of a Gears of War fan, but fuck, if you're going to give it to me on Game Pass, yeah, I'll play it. So that looks good. Everything is co-op now, which is a little bit annoying because I don't like co-op. So I won't be doing most of this co-op stuff, but I'll play a single player, have a fun time. The Elite controller redesign. It's 2019, and Microsoft have been in the video game industry, well, console base for what, 20 years? And get this, in that 20 years, they have found a way. You're not going to believe this, and I'm not being sarcastic, and I'm not being rude. Have found a way to put a rechargeable battery. Wait for it. I know what you're thinking. Rechargeable battery in the controller. Now, I don't want to use the word revolutionary because I think that isn't strong enough. Fucking assholes. Put a fucking rechargeable battery in a $300 controller. Good on yous. RPG Phantasy Star Online is finally coming to the West. I care so much. Tales of Arise. I don't know what the hell that is. The Elden Ring. If you can follow what the hell that was about, good on ya. I couldn't, and I don't really care. Battletoads. Why? I've never played Battletoads, but I thought it was supposed to be a shit game. So whatever, I don't get it. Flight Simulator, I cannot believe these are still a thing. Apparently they are. Dragon Ball Z actually looks pretty interesting. I was a big fan of Dragon Ball Z when I was younger. And I know it's been going on for ages, but they said for some reason it always seemed to go... But I don't know where it's at. I'm probably talking shit, but I watched it during the Frieza Android period. But it always seems to go back to that period with Goku and stuff. So it's probably still doing that now. I don't know. Or if it must still be something, surely. But that looks interesting. It looks too Japanese, though, so I probably won't like it because I just don't like Japanese games. They just don't play that well. They're stiff. The controls look weird. And it's like 9 hours in and I'm still doing a fucking tutorial. The Outer Worlds. Okay. The Outer Worlds looks exactly like a spiritual successor to Fallout New Vegas. I'm so excited, and it's coming to Game Pass in like September, I believe it is. Oh, sorry, October 25th. Now, if that's not exciting, I don't know what is. So, if I were you, if you get Game Pass for $1 for 3 months, I had it and cancelled it. So you can do this, because most subscription services, you can't, like, I've noticed you can't cancel and then try and take advantage of a deal that they have to get new people in. But for Game Pass, you can. Shit canned it. Now I've got 3 months for $1. And I can't recommend Game Pass enough, especially if you're a PlayStation and you just got an Xbox, or if you just got an Xbox, or if you've had an Xbox for 10 fucking years, would rate it. Now you get Outer Worlds, Gears of War, Halo. So if you spend, the $10 a month, that's $120. That's 2 games paid for. So And plus, they add stuff all the time. They do take away stuff, but that's how the model works, I'm assuming. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. All the gaming journalists died inside because they were like, guys, I reckon I know what's going to happen. They're going to go, Ori, it's available tonight. Well, that showed you. It is a bit weird that it's all the way in February. You think that would probably be ready. Minecraft Dungeons, I couldn't give a shit. It actually looked pretty cool. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I can't tell if this looks really stiff or whatever. I'm not a Star Wars fan. I've got no interest in playing this. When it's inevitably in the bargain bin for $12, I might pick it up. But yeah, if you're a Star Wars fan, maybe it's really good. Or maybe it's really bad because you can't. But I feel like if you're a Star Wars fan and you went through the 3 movies in the 2000s, it's like you can go through anything. You can get sodomized on live TV with a rusty fishing knife. You'll be alright. Like, I tried. I really did. I watched the first 3 Star Wars. The first in chronological order. First of all, when you go to... I've never watched Star Wars prior to this, right? So I'm like, what order do I watch them in? There's 45% of people that go, no, do it. So episode 1, so the one in the 2000s or whatever, or the 90s, and then work your way through the numbers. There's another 45% of people that go, no, just do chronological because then you see it the way everyone else has seen it and the way that, you could argue it should be watched. Then there's 1% of someone who's come up with his own theory about how to watch Star Wars. Then another 1% about some other bloke who's come up with his own theory to watch Star Wars. Like, Jesus Christ. And then you get to the 2000s ones, and it's like, oh, fuck me, this is terrible. Okay. Blair Witch game, who cares? Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. I know Marcus will be excited for that. I don't really care. The part of my brain that processes like real-time strategy died years ago. The Forza Horizon Lego thing, cool. What else have we got here? More games, so many more games. If I can't remember it, I'm assuming it's not good. Wasteland 3 looks alright, although again, I just can't be motivated to play those games. Dying Light 2, I couldn't give a shit about. I didn't like the first one. Funko Pops with Gears of War. Yep. The State of Decay thing, which is available now. Cool. If you like that, I thought everyone hated that game. But yeah, lots of stuff to Xbox Game Pass. So, moral of the story, if you haven't got Game Pass, get Game Pass now. Or wait a bit and then use a trial or whatever. Have a fun time. And on PC, I don't play PC games, but I'm assuming PC players are collectively losing their mind because PC gamers don't like any form of competition, as we know. Oh, it's not on Steam, I'm not going to buy it, even though it might be cheaper on this platform. Whatever. It's funny, because now it's like PC gamers all of a sudden are buying games. Maybe it's harder to pirate, I don't know. But back in the day, it was so fucking easy. Oh, you just download, put this in this, and then run the key generator. Or you just put this executable in this folder. Not that I have ever done that. Right. What are we doing now? Bethesda. Oh, Jesus. Let's talk about Bethesda, shall we? What was the point? What was the point? I mean, they said that they weren't going to show anything of Elder Scrolls or that Starfield. But I feel like the fans were owed a bit, something. Like, how long would it take to remaster Fallout 3 and go, you know what, it's available for free tonight, we're sorry, we fucked up, blah, blah, blah. Because I understand that these kind of games are, like Fallout 76, I haven't played it yet. They're obviously hard to develop and have a rocky start, and then it gets better as it goes on. But it's like, no, fuck you. If all these things are true. Apparently there's cheaters everywhere at the moment. Don't quote me on that. That's just something I heard. But it's like, give us something. And all these fucking people, I know what you're thinking. Oh, Bethesda paid these people to be in the audience and clap and scream. No. There is something about the video game industry that attracts these people that will stand and applaud a fucking multi-million dollar businessman who's working for a multi-billion dollar company because he works at Xbox. There are people that will yell and scream for Todd Howard. There are people that will yell and scream for Doom. There is people that will yell and scream for, yeah, we're fixing Fallout. They're losers. I do not see this in any... Like, I'm not saying don't get excited, but to scream like that is pathetic and weird. I don't know if this exists in other things, like if there's a car trade show and Ford are like, oh yeah, we've got the new Ford car, and people are like, oh my god, it's a $75,000 car. Thank you, Ford. Thank you, Ford. Thank you, Ford. But gamers are like, oh, thank you, Bethesda. Thank you for this. It was just a collective suck-off fest because Bethesda are like, oh, thank the fans. And the fans were like, oh, thank you, Bethesda. It's like, if you're thanking a multi-billion-dollar company for something, what is wrong with you? Jesus. Okay, again, I don't think this is in chronological order, which is a little bit annoying. But Bethesda kind of went in one ear and out the other. Ghostwire Tokyo, I don't know what the hell that was what that was about. Good luck to you. Deathloop. Hang on, what the hell is Deathloop? Why do I remember? Deathloop looked interesting. The developers seem actually quite passionate about it, so but it looks like a weird co-op-y thing. Again, we'll see. Doom Eternal looks great because it's Doom. It's fun to play. Fallout 76 is adding NPCs, and that got a round of applause, by the way. Think about that. You can try Fallout 76. Go and try it if you've got 90-something gig download, I think it is. And it's getting a Battle Royale. Surprisingly, I think the only Battle Royale that I've seen that was announced. There's probably heaps more. Elder Scrolls Blades coming to Switch, even though I thought everyone shat on Elder Scrolls Blades. I don't know what that is. I don't care. They went on and on and on about fucking Elder Scrolls Online. I didn't know that many people cared and played about it. I tried it, but it played worse than fucking Oblivion, and I'm like, I'm kind of done with this. So that's interesting. Wolfenstein looks good because it's Wolfenstein, which is just, it's good. Commander Keen, I don't know what the fuck that was, but never do that again. Don't waste my time. Rage 2, no one cares. And Bethesda got a new software technology for game streaming that I've already talked about. So Bethesda, terrible. Ubisoft, I think there was a double knockout between someone at Bethesda and someone at Ubisoft going, I bet we have a worse conference. No, we're going to have a worse conference. No, we're going to have a worse conference. Watch Dogs Legion looks pretty cool. I don't understand how it's going to work that you can get any NPC. What that means is you can get any NPC, but for the missions you will only be able to get this one NPC because there is no way in hell we could dialogue, write, direct, record, code all these people to have different things at different times. So whatever. At least be honest about it. How hard is it? Don't, go, we've got, every game does this. We've got you at the top, and here are your little minions, like team leaders, or what are they called? They always use the same fucking word for it. I can't remember what it is. Not sergeants, something military-ish. What is it called? Oh, it's going to bother me now. It's really going to... Lieutenants, that's it. You got your lieutenants. They can never die, and they're the main thing for the mission, and then you can just get from there. How hard would that be? So I guarantee that's what it is, because there's no other way. But it looks cool. It's interesting to be in a game where you can drive on the left-hand side of the road for a change, because the only one I can remember is Sleeping Dogs. People were actually having a whinge, and I'm not going to say from which country they are from, but we can, trust me, you'll know. I am not playing a game that you have to drive on the left-hand side of the road. And this comment got a lot of likes, which is a bit concerning. But these people, once they get to a roundabout, they're going to kill themselves. I read this story, I think, that somewhere in the southern states of America, they put a roundabout in, and people got together to try and sue the state because they don't know how to use a roundabout. Don't quote me on that. I probably got trolled. But, yeah, roundabout. It's not that hard. And I'm sick of people saying you got to give way to the car on the right. If you got four... It's whoever gets to the roundabout first. If you've got 4 cars coming in at one time, everyone's going to give way to everyone on the right. It's stupid. When you're in the roundabout, you have right of way, so don't be fucking cutting me off. If you've got a car 10 miles coming from the right, you're not supposed to give way because what are you doing? If there's a car screaming from the right, wait. Be cautious. That's all I'm saying. Eat healthy, drive safe. Anyway, where are we here? They closed with Gods and Monsters. I thought, okay, cool. Let's get on to the new thing. Let's get on to, I don't know, Splinter Cell. Fucking dogs. But they ended with Gods and Monsters, and it was like, what? That, what the hell was that? So, yeah, good. The roller derby thing looks pretty interesting. Obviously trying to capture that, what's that soccer car game? Fuck. This has been a while. What is it called? Anyway, whatever the hell that is. Which I don't think people have played for like years, but big up to you. The Rainbow Six stuff, I couldn't give a shit about. Just Dance is on the Wii. Apparently because they use Wii in... a lot of people are like, oh, why would you do it on the Wii? Because hospitals physiotherapy things, they use the Wii, so I'm assuming this is why. The Division 2, who cares? Assassin's Creed, who cares? Rainbow Six, who cares? For Honor, what are you doing? Are people still really playing For Honor? There's like, it's cool that you do post support for games, but then it's like, what is the point? I could be wrong. That TV show, wow. And then, I'm going to sneeze. More professional people would cut there, but this is my own brand setup. God damn it. I'm having a fucking allergic reaction to Ubisoft. Tom Clancy. What the hell's the name of that fucking thing? Ghost Recon. What is it called? Ghost Recon Breakpoint. It looks interesting. I liked Ghost Recon, so I'll probably be checking that out. But Ubisoft as a whole sucked a fat one. Bethesda as a whole sucked a fat one. Everyone's going on about, oh, thank God Sony skipped out because otherwise, you know, they made the right move. I don't think they did because I can see the logic. I've been saying for years, because I've been watching E3 for, probably 11, 10 years. It's like, first it was just for the journalists. Then the public and the gamers started watching it. And they're like, well, if it's not really for the journalists anymore, sorry to break it to you, so we can just do an event or a live stream whenever we want. And that's cool. I'm not saying don't do that. But what's good about E3 is that it's everything together. And I feel like, oh, but they already showed everything they have last year. I'm like, not really. You could show more of The Last of Us, more of definitely Ghost of Tsushima. Because I don't know. I was excited for that game, but I watched the gameplay last year. I'm like, oh, I don't understand really what this is. Or just another place to have third parties, because Sony has so much marketing and exclusive rights with certain third-party games, Call of Duty, a few of the Ubisoft games, I believe. So it's like you could give them a presence. I just think that E3 is such a cultural thing now where everyone gets together and everyone watches it and everyone can have a fun time, that the notion of like we can skip E3 because we can just slow drip content when we want to and the people will still watch it is not true, because Microsoft do it, Nintendo do it, Sony have done those live streams and I couldn't give a shit. I've never watched one. Actually, that's not true. I watched probably 20 minutes of that Microsoft one they did, I think the first one, and I was either going to have to close it or jump off a bridge. Horrible. So this E3 so far, not the best. No real surprises. I watched a little bit of the PC show. I don't know why. Probably because I was up. Zoo Tycoon. I know they haven't called it Zoo Tycoon, but it's fucking from Frontier Developments, and it's Zoo Tycoon. Whatever happened to the Tycoon games? EA said they weren't doing anything, and then I found out they did like a 4-hour fucking thing. Weird. I don't know. What else? So to take away, get Xbox Game Pass. Sony's got some good shit coming out, but I want to have another look at it just in case. Ubisoft have got nothing that I really care about. Neither did Bethesda. And yeah, that's about it. But yeah, so I hope you had a fun E3. I hope you watched them as well. Sick of getting up at 4 in the goddamn morning. Because you get to that point at like 10, 11, 12, and you're going to go to bed and go, oh fuck, I've got to get up in 4 hours. Should I just stay up? And then inevitably, I didn't do it, thank God, but you get to like 2:30, 3 o'clock, and you're like, oh, fucking, and then you go to sleep and you pass out and you don't get to watch it. I like to watch it live so I can have a whinge on Twitter, which I'm sure some of you would have seen. But yeah, tell me what your favourite thing of E3 was. Another distinct lack of gameplay. Fuck, what else was there? Borderlands 3, yeah. We'll see. But yeah, definitely Outer Worlds. Yeah, definitely excited for that. And excited for Wolfenstein, not really. I mean, I can wait. I'm in no rush for Wolfenstein. Gears of War, yep. Cyberpunk, obviously, I still think it's going to get delayed. There's just something about it. I don't know. It's just got that aura of delayedness. I didn't catch the Nintendo thing, but I've seen some things online that they've got The Witcher 3 on the Switch. I don't know why you would want that. I don't. Luigi's Mansion, I don't know. Apparently, Breath of the Wild has a sequel. Why? Not Monster Hunter. Animal Crossing. Animal Kingdom. What the hell is the name of that fucking game? That got delayed. Everyone's losing their mind. Yeah. I wish Nintendo, because they drop their little thingy at like 2 o'clock in the morning here, because I think they run off Tokyo time because they're Japanese, so they're, that's it. Death to the West. But it's like, be a little bit, more friendly. 2 o'clock in the fucking morning. Fuck, because then you fucked then, because what do? That's an all-nighter. So yeah, I've drank too much coffee, my eyes fucking hurt. There's still, don't think there's not more E3 stuff, so keep on to like GameSpot, IGN, all those things, because now the actual show floor opens, so all those like third-party games and stuff that didn't get a place, you can watch stuff like that, and there'll probably be more announcements. I was just really expecting a Saints Row thing and Splinter Cell, but unfortunately that did not happen once again. That's really about it. So yeah, go and have fun. Go and watch some more E3 stuff. Go and digital pre-order. Who's doing a digital pre-order? That makes no sense to me. Anyway, I'm just going to keep moaning if I stay on here. So yeah, thank you for watching. Make sure to say what your favourite thing of E3. What was your least favourite thing of E3? Was it the obnoxious nerd neckbeard morons that were at all the conferences screaming and hollering like morons? So yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching once again, and I apologise that I don't do this all the time. I think it's been a while, so I might endeavour to do more. Probably won't, so I'm not going to make any false promises. So until next time, don't rate, leave a comment. You can rate it if you want, I don't care. So yeah, until next time, I'm out.